All right, we got Absolute Superman for tomorrow. Now I think I got this in like a damages sale, and my box is all screwed up here. And I didn't know a ton about this storyline at all. I just got it because I got it cheap, and I wanted a big Superman story. I'm gonna pull the book out now for you guys from this box. And here we are. I didn't realize that this was a Jim Lee story, even though it says it on the cover here. It was Brian Azzarello and Jim Lee, and it's much like Hush for Batman, where it's like he did a 1-year stint, and that's it. And beautiful art by Jim Lee. I do like seeing Jim Lee's art, and Brian Azzarello writes a really nice introduction. So, neat Superman story. So Superman here is a 12-issue story. He starts off in like confession with this like father. And you can see Jim Lee's art's just like phenomenal. Without Jim Lee's art, I don't know that I would have liked this, because I'm just like, ooh, look at you can't even see this because the book's so big on the other pages. So you get to see half the pages here. But he does a confession to the father. He's like, tried to save the world and I need to confess this. Now, it's kind of cheesy. Superman feels remorse and guilt for like doing something good. And it doesn't make any sense. And Azzarello tries to like make this like existential crisis of Superman through this entire deal. It's really not fun. Actually, my 9-year-old kid tried to pick this up and read it because I had it open on the desk, and he got a few pages into it and he's like, I hate this. It's boring. And yeah, it kind of is. And this is a big problem, I feel like, when they try to make every book a like, let's be a deep Watchmen, which these aren't even that deep. Watchmen isn't really deep anyway, let's be honest. But they try to do it and it just doesn't work because it's a dude running around in spandex tights. I mean, you should work on having fun a little bit more. And that's just like the problem with what happens here. Now, Jim Lee's art again makes it really nice to look at while you're doing that. But basically Superman really unfolds this tale very slowly. I couldn't imagine reading this in single issues. He's fighting in the Middle East. This is 2003, so I'm sure they're talking about Iraq and, making mention of that, which, of course, like doesn't really play up these days. But Superman topples a dictatorship. Some new guys get into place. They're kind of bad too. And but they're like, we're the duly elected government. So what are you going to do? Are you going to be opposed to democracy? And he has some fights with this guy Equus, who's a big like monster character. And then Equus kind of disappears. Now, and there's this like device, which is making alien device kind of thing, which is making people disappear over the course of this. And there's a slowly unfolding plot with that. And it's really slow. While Superman just like goes back and we deal with this father. And I guess the father's got cancer too. To add another like dark reflection sort of existential crisis thing. And like he eventually asks Superman, can you cure cancer? And Superman's like, do you believe I can? And it's like, is the faith enough? And eventually like we learn that Superman has taken this device and the JLA is opposed to him doing this. And he's created his own little like pocket dimension to where it's like a Superman utopia, and he's keeping people there in order to like save humanity in case there's something that's going to destroy the world. And beautiful Wonder Woman art by Jim Lee. Oh my gosh, this page over here, which you can't even see, is even better. This Absolute Edition, I love the Absolute Editions because the art's so oversized. I mean, it does make it nice. Eventually he goes into a little pocket dimension. It turns out Zod shows up in there and Superman has to like fight him off and save everybody there and make everybody escape from the pocket dimension and come back home. And so that's like his sin, is he tried to push too far and become his own god. And that was hubris in doing so, I guess. And Zod eventually like disappears into the oblivion. So that's that. I mean, the storyline starts and wraps up pretty well. So it's like, it is decently done. I mean, it's well written on that regard, but it's like really pedantic and it's like really fake heady. It reminds me of the college student who's like read Atlas Shrugged and suddenly they like have these like, philosophical thoughts. And that's what it feels like through this. But it's Superman. So it's like, it's not very super. And art's really nice. Like I said, the storyline does wrap up. You get some good battles. You get some good fights towards the end. Starts off really slow, but it picks up. And there's some good points. There's high points and low points throughout this, but at the end of the day, it really just like missed the mark. And so I'll call it a 7 out of 10 overall. And that is a decent Superman story, but not one of the best ones, I'd say. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit that like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.